Hello, this video is for Brian LeFew from the LeFew family. I hear that you're coming to Montreal this August, so I want to introduce you to a little bit of Quebec culture cuisine. So today I'm going to make pudding chômeur. Chômeur stands for unemployment. This was invented during the time of the Great Depression and was made. It's a dessert that was made with very basic ingredients. So this could be. It's very easy. It takes very little time to prepare. However, it takes about like 20 to 25 minutes in the oven to bake, and the oven has to be at 350. So what I did first is I preheated the oven at 350 degrees. And oh, there are my cats. I have Marco Polo. He's sniffing for some food. I have Tigger. And anyways, so even the kids could do this recipe. Very easy. But if the kids are to do it, hot water is involved. And of course the oven is involved. So I'm going to begin. So the first thing we're going to do is that, by the way, everything is done in like one pan, one pot. So you need an 8-inch, baking pan, or it could be square or circle, but I like the circle one better. And you're going to start with 2 tablespoons of soft butter or margarine. I prefer margarine. To that, you're going to add 1/3 cup of granulated sugar. And then you're going to add 1 egg. Then you're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And then you're going to mix it up into the baking pan like I did right here. It's supposed to come like, I don't know if you could see it clearly, but it's supposed to be like a creamy texture. So let me see if I could just mix it up just a little more. Sort of have like this creamy texture here. Has a little bit of lumps because of the margarine, but anyways. So once it gets creamy, you're going to add your flour, which is 1 cup of flour. And like I said, everything goes into one pan. You're going to add a teaspoon of baking powder. And you're going to add a 1/2 cup of milk. And then we're going to mix. So I'm just going to try to show you. Okay. So again, it starts with 2 tablespoons of margarine or butter, but it has to be soft butter. Then it's going to be let me hold on to that. It's going to be 1/3 cup of sugar. Then after that, you're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Then you're going to add 1 egg. Then you're going to mix that until it comes to a creamy texture. Then once you get it creamed up a bit, you're going to add 1 cup of flour, 1/2 cup of milk, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And that's basically the base. So here we go. I'm sorry about that because it's kind of hard to manipulate the iPhone and the batter at the same time. So I don't have my boyfriend here with me that could help me. Fortunately, he's at work and I'm on vacation. So we'll get rid of this. Now, once this is done, just probably maybe even it out a little bit. When this is done, you're going to add 1.5 cup of hot water. It doesn't have to be boiling, but I prefer water from the kettle than opposed to water from the tap. So 1.5 cup of hot water. Now you're supposed to add, I think Sorry about that. So we have the boiling water on top, and then you're going to add your brown sugar. Now the recipe does call for about 1 cup of brown sugar that you put on top, but I just like to sprinkle it, on top myself. I don't like to use the cup. So there we go. You put it at your discretion. It doesn't have to be exactly a cup. Just going to put this. So there we go. Okay. Now we'll just put a little more. So you'll get something like this. It looks kind of yucky. It looks kind of watery. Okay, I think that's enough brown sugar. So it's going to look like something like this. I know it looks kind of like yucky, watery, slimy, but we're going to put it in the oven. The oven, as I said before, is at 350. And you're going to put it for about 25 minutes. So I'm going to open the oven door. Make sure nothing... All right. Okay. And there we go. Okay, so in about 25 minutes it should be ready, and I'm going to show you the results of it afterwards. So that's it. That's how you make pudding Chomeur. And oh, Tigger is playing with his toy mouse. I bought him for Christmas. So if you have any questions, please contact me. All right, thank you. Bye.